flanky. So you can't really go in easily. We figured out though that when you pick up the shifting skies, you actually turn all your magic damage into physical damage during the duration of the shifting skies. So you can have damage, but you won't have the same kind of utility if you go for a mid lane Valentina.
I wonder if Onyx wants to go for a CC XP here. It's a decent way to punish the Fredrin and also the Sword at the same time. It's a winning lane.
Leomord locked in. And the Lapu, yeah. I kind of figured that the Lapu was available for side of Onyx here, looking at like the Claw, like the Eve as well. So yeah, I mean, again, just a complete, it's a good, solid composition here from the side of Onyx.
I feel like now Tlid are forced to try and get some disengage because otherwise this is tough, man.
It's Gatot or Hylos, right? There's no way.
Maybe Hylos, but I feel like even the Hylos is a bit too easy to pick off. There's a ton of crowd control available for Onyx right here.
But at least no Shred. You know, there's no carry, there's no Beatrix, so you can play the Gatot slash the Hylos well enough.
Valir.
The Valir. This makes sense though.
It does. It does.
Oh,
Assassins, man. No one can really flank all that well.
See,
in a sense, it makes some sense, but Mlbb brought this out yesterday as well. You know, the build was glowing wand into a brute force. I don't know, man. I think it has a better chance here than when Mlbb picked it up.
I'm not a fan of that. Theoretically, it works, right? Because you're gonna be in their face, slowing them down. There's a lot of debuffs as well, but it's so one-dimensional. If you get flanked, if you get danced up from the sides, there's nothing you can do. If they have two avenues to go in, you're cooked.
They're going all in like the peel and kite back situation. But again, like you mentioned, Trevin, if they can get a really good flank, Onyx still have avenues. That's where the mind game begins, right? That's where Tlid have to watch the sides at all times.
Oh, we'll see. Leone is trying to do what Mlbb cannot, which is getting a victory with this Valir roam. And they're up against the mighty Onyx. It's a tall task, but they have to do it in the Land of Dawn.
Let's see if Onyx can pull up and stay afloat at the top of the standings. Or perhaps we might see Tlid, you know, make their mark going up against the Titans. Joe and Kelra going at it, and yeah, spell check, nothing too crazy.
No, nothing too insanely crazy. But here now, there's no value here for Tlid because against Altrigo, Geekan picked this Valir into Assassins. This time, Kyrie is on a fighter as well. So with all these fireballs being resetted, being shot at by Leone, it really isn't as simple as it was for Yasuke to jump in and get the pickoffs. But having two mages means the mid lane is a bit more vulnerable to ganks, which is why I think you can see the two laners for Tlid are taking it easy in the mid lane.
Yeah, but there's still a lot of, you know, danger for Leone as well, and especially I think the last game that they played, Mlbb and Valir, they were up against Lapu as well, and it was hell for Mlbb.
As a two-man knock-up here, Kiboy, just trying to give Sans more space. Tlid and Onyx right now, they're both playing it very carefully as their junglers are having a good time here. Not bothered just yet.
Yeah, with two fighters in the jungle, there's going to be a bit of a farm fest until the neutral objective, which is what I think both teams are building towards. So get your eyes onto the EXP lane. Right about now, actually, when the turtle is spawning, usually teams will try and get a pick-off and shut down the laner. Especially for Onyx right now, if they can get Aran down to half HP maybe, or get him to stay in the lane later, to be late to the party, that's a big deal, because Tlid are relying on that shifting skies.
Yeah. This is important for Tlid to win, because if you do not own the map, if you do not secure the bushes first, as Valir, it's super hard for you to move around, but Sans being super aggressive has the shifting skies.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be a 4v4. That's a taunt on towards Keyboy. The damage not come through just yet. Onyx now repositions with Kelra. 5! That's gonna be a two-man stun. Kevin now in trouble. Isolated in the front now with the sidestep. He's able to get out, but Kelra finds blood. That's gonna be Kyrie finding the turtle. Tlid moving, stunning Kyrie down, but Aran not enough damage. Sans finds the kill. It's 2 for 1. No, it's a 2 for 0 rather, as Onyx is still able to claim the turtle.
This is why I said Valir is always only theoretically good. In this kind of scenario, there's just too much to deal with, and you are a single Valir. You can only target one. It's hard to target multiple members.
The fact that Onyx were able to split up the fight there onto multiple avenues is what makes it difficult as well. Kelra immediately jumping towards the backline. They're really confused TLID, and you saw them not really sure what exactly they're trying to do there in the back and forth. But initially, though, you saw the potential for the poke, man. Keyboy was super low, but unfortunately, TLID were unable to capitalize on that advantage they were able to get.
Talent prediction by GoPay, Papulong and I are on the same page. Don't worry, I'm just trying to hate.
It's normal, Shevin.
I mean, haters gonna hate.
Yeah. I don't think it matters though. Onyx is too good.
Thank you.
Better take a look at the in-game equipment. The first item, Golden Staff for Freya, Arashi.
Yeah, just more hits. That's the usual build we see players go for. Later on, we see a bit more variety. Right now for Kevin as well, he's going with the Dreadnought. Understanding that there's sort of ability-based damage, but boy.
Oh my god, Iran. Forced to use the ult just to get back inside. Oh, taunted! That's gonna be an outplay by Marshall. Iran survives. It looked bad for Iran for a second, but the cover-up from the side of TLID was perfect, and now Mlbb isolated as well, taken down. Keyboy. It's just TLID able to recover, able to respond, and suddenly Rishal finds the double.
This is the worry that you mentioned earlier, Rashi. The Valentina not on the XP lane.
Not tanky enough to actually make the crazy plays happen. Early on, Sans is able to get away in doing so, but as time goes on, it's going to be more and more dangerous for Sans to attempt to be the playmaker. It's going to be Mlbb, and he goes in.
That's the flicker on towards Rishal. Will respond. Time finds the clutch of Retribution. Iran now taken down. TLID just with 4 2-man airborne. That's going to be Kyo BMing out, but take a look at Rishal and Kevin. They're stuck and they will be out. Leone under the turret trying to provide cover. Kyo has time. No, Keyboy denies a recall, and Kyo will fall to the hands of the gold standard. Now Leone's able to get out, but the structure top will be the first one to fall here in this game.
Just when you thought the momentum was on TLID's side after Onyx overextending the hell out of that teamfight earlier. But no, Onyx just take it right back. 3k gold lead in 5 minutes.
And Kyrie just won the retro battle against an Appraiser's Wrath that's charged up. They'll get the orange buff as well. The Jote getting his resources taken away. That's a chest that's podium finish for Iran, so he's going to be a bit tankier in the next few fights. But that isn't the issue here. TLID aren't getting out-damaged, they're just getting outmaneuvered. Every single time, Onyx are the ones pulling the trigger, making the plays happen, and TLID are always just barely late to the party. And look at this, they're looking for more ways to try and stop Kevin from farming. This is a known win condition against TLID.
Yeah, this one is just kite, and kite. You have a lot of kiting tools. You know, just punish the overextensions if that actually happens. Only happened once so far for Onyx, but we'll see if they're gonna do the same later. Because TLID, like, they have a lot of slows, they have a lot of ways to bait Onyx into a sticky situation.
With the kite back and all the slows possible, Onyx can't approach carelessly at all, which is why you see them move in with a big previous fighter from Mlbb or a Tsunami Slam from Keyboy. They need these big guaranteed catches or engages to force TLID to commit. The longer the game goes and the tankier the front line of TLID gets, the less that will be effective. But at a 5k gold lead, you know, some of these frontliners can very easily get one-shot by Onyx.
Yeah, I'm not sure if TLID wants to play this gambit, man. Like, just back off. Like, it's gonna be hard for you to be able to secure this one or contest this one. They only still scouting the situation. Kelra and Sans is trying to get a good position here. Sans trying to go for the possible flank.
Tsunami Slam still not triggered. Mlbb looks for an angle. That's a taunt. Mlbb finds a free respawn on towards 3. Oh, Leone very low, and taken down. Kevin now all alone in the front, will not be able to provide damage. Take a look at the shifting blows. Kill taken down. That's a double for Kai. Looking for the triple. He finds it as Kelra. Kai and Kelra combo will find a wipeout here in minute number 7.
That's Onyx at its prime form. Pure disrespect from Leone and crew. They stayed in that position, in that jungle position, knowing that Mlbb was ready to pounce.
I mean, at this point, it doesn't even matter. They can run over. Wow.
I just wanna, just like that Sean Deitch meme. Utter woke nonsense. This Valir pick.
What?
Utter woke nonsense.
I see. Well, I mean, again, the idea is there, but right now with this kind of advantage, with again, Onyx, TLID had responses. They had big bug control tools to try and kite back. But the thing is, Onyx keeps making these surprise moments with the flickers to try and surprise them, and particularly Grishel and Kevin, they constantly are just caught off guard, not really ready for the amount of damage or the moment of where Onyx actually goes in. Because if he only times it, right, he can cancel some of these maneuvers with the pushback, but Onyx will make it very obvious when they're gonna try and go for that moment.
Just gotta be very patient for TLID from now on. Unfortunately, just like almost every MPLID match, they're waiting for a mistake. Onyx, they're playing it super cleanly right now. Only 3 kills for TLID, and they're gonna be up 10k. There you go, 10k already.
Looking like it's going from bad to worse right now for TLID, but the small comfort for them is that at 10k, sure, it's not going to be easy, but they have a Yve and a Claude, and now they're in a base defense situation. I don't think they should be venturing out of the base right now. There's chances for Onyx to cut him off and go for like a wipeout and an end. If they go for a base situation, this could be a geekable angle, but oh, TLID are still looking for chances. This is risky, man.
Very risky. We got Kelra and Kyo top, a potential 1v1, but Kelra doesn't want to do business. Not necessary. Picking his battles there, as of course the Lord is up. So Onyx, it should be a clear free Lord here for the Hedgehog.
Especially with Kevin using the red tree for his own purple. Oh, look at Kyo.
Oh, that's gonna be Kyo. Purify. Kelra almost solo kills Kyo there, but he's able to get out 0-2-0 Kyo in this game. Not a fun time indeed.
Good discipline by Kelra. He could 100% secure the kill there, especially when he has the flicker, but he knows that he's already good in terms of the trade. The Purify is gone now. Onyx, all they have to do is try to target Kyo when he is vulnerable.
He killed himself. If you look at, I think he's barely at the Infinity, if even. Maybe 2.5 items. So he isn't really doing as much damage as he needs to in these fights. I think for the most part, it's going to be on Grishel to really clear the waves out, get some poke, maybe use the ulti, the real-world manipulation, to slow down Onyx just a little bit longer.
So they're gonna just wait for Onyx to crash in. Reload is about to come in. This is the first Lord, by the way. What, 11k gold lead already?
Yeah, the Lord will charge in the mid lane. Passive top turret will be triggered. That's going to be mid lane turret going down. TLID here just holding on. Cleared the bottom side turret now. The Lord taken care of. TLID is able to keep their members intact. They'll be teasing. Not going to commit just yet as they're waiting for the mid-wave crasher. TLID, what's going to be the call? Kevin trying to distract the minions, but TLID here is able to clear the wave just fine. Onyx will look to get the far lane turret here, and Kelra will do that, no problem.
Yeah, they're not taking any chances. They still want to be disciplined, even though they're up in 12k code lead, 13k by now.
Yeah.
Is this the highest so far?
The highest was 13.7k, if I'm not mistaken, just yesterday, actually. So Onyx are en route to actually breaking the record immediately.
In probably 10 seconds.
I think TLID trying to defend their bottom tier turret. Good peek. Has an opening by Kyo. Taken down. That's going to be Sans flickering out to safety, but take a look at Kelra. Trying to deal damage. Kyrie stunned up very low, and Aran is there. Finds the damage and finds a kill. Kelra focusing on the base, and ladies and gentlemen, the Hedgehog will strike first in this best of 3.
It was not close. Not even a little bit. And that was 13.7k gold lead secured by Onyx earlier. And after the shutdown, it went down just a little, so that's a record. Oh man, I don't think no one's stopping them, Rashi.
I mean, again, there were avenues of success for TLID, but from the draft alone, it already seems like they're already on the back foot. Onyx are the ones with all the proactive options in this game, and they didn't waste any of it. At every moment, the moment TLID steps out just a little bit, are out of position for just a little bit, Onyx pounds on them immediately.
That's true. Kyrie over Kevin, at least so far in this first game, it was not close. Man, And I really do feel like this Valir pick, you can't really turn back time, but if it was like a more conventional pick like Hylos or Gatkacha, there's gonna be much more fights. Or like more fighting chance for TLID in that occasion.
Oh boy, they were even ready for this dive coming in from Onyx. That's the only option available when you have no long-range mages, when you don't have a marksman. You have to dive with the backline. It was there, you know, and TLID were powerless to stop it. It's the gold lead towards the end there. They for sure broke the record again.
I think it was 13.7k in one moment. But yeah, the shutdown happened, I think, to Kyrie, if I'm not mistaken, but doesn't matter. As Connie said earlier in the previous, like before the match, reset button again. But unfortunately, this is harder because it was a stompy stomp.
It was a one-sided victory. And it was a heated game, but thankfully we got the Infinix to cool us down a bit, right?
Oh man, it really is liquid cooling.
What do you mean liquid cooling?
No, the phone is liquid cooling, and now liquid is cooling down in the first game.
That's a weird way of putting it. Like liquid is cooling down the first game?
Yeah.
Like how so? What do you mean?
Like when you're playing basketball, if you went cold and you're not hitting any shots, right? You're in a cold kind of situation, no?
Maybe that's a basketball thing I'm not familiar with.
Okay.
But okay.
I thought you...
Well, again, in the early game at least, there were some fight back from TLID. I really felt like initially, right, Onyx were still being a bit more hesitant. They haven't had the big goal lead just yet, so they were taking it a bit slow. But the moment they did, right, after meeting a couple of neutral objective fights, that's where the game really went south for TLID.
Yeah, at that point, like, there's just too much gold lead with the spell fam, with the lifesteal from Kelra, with the Freya. Like, there's no way you're killing that dude, man. The shields too, like, that's a lot.
You know, again, the Valir pick, I see the vision, right? Against multiple fighters, Valir makes sense. But again, right from here, it's Onyx finding the tempo, finding the rhythm. Sure, it got back. I mean, TLID fought back. They were able to find their jam right here.
Dude, what was that from TLID? This is still completely unnecessary. They could have just backed down, knowing that Mlbb was already in front of them, and they just went in again.
I think they just, if they backed away, they would be even further behind, right? They would let go of big neutral objective. They wanted to try and get something before it got too late.
Yeah.
I mean, they were against a tempo and control of Onyx, dude. Like, it's hard to think clearly when you're in that situation.
Yeah, they're up against the gold standard Kelra, not full item just yet. 706 in the KDA, and he is the MVP of the game presented by official gaming phone Infinix GT50 Pro. What a game it was after, I wouldn't say terrible showing too, even though a lot of netizens has been criticizing the Freya from Kelra in the BTR match. I think he played decent in the game, but this game is just, wow. This is the gold standard.
Again, shout out to the rest of the team as well, because a lot of these fights, when TLID are focused more onto Kelra, let's say, that's where Keyboy will make the play. That's where Sans actually, it's very low-key the way he was playing with the shifting skies, but he actually made a lot of moves in this game, and a lot of times when the backline got one shot immediately, it's because Sans went in with the lightning form of the shifting skies, like right here. But along with that, of course, Kelra, with his targeting, made it difficult for TLID to recover at all. So the awareness on this guy, on where and how he needs to actually approach a team fight, you understand how it would come through in a marksman, but on a fighter, he's making it look so impactful as well.
Look at that. Shifting skies from Moran, brought back two, but they're just bringing the whole team of Onyx to TLID, and this was like the start of the downfall of TLID in game number 1. Leone too, man. I think, I get it. Like, you are the quote-unquote frontliner, right? But at that point, the gap closing is not a trouble at all for Kyrie.
I think the idea for Leone, why he's standing up so far in the front, is because...
Second skill, right?
What?
Second skill. You can just push back, but...
Well, yes, but also the ultimate. So if Keyboy goes on him with the Tsunami Slam, he can actually get out of the crowd control. So he's actually the safest character, quote-unquote, to be in the front. But again, when you're up against so much damage, he's good against the crowd control, but against the damage, not so much, which is why you saw him ran over by Kyrie there in the mid lane.
Interesting laugh introduction there, Connie, but yeah. full tank build for Arana. I think he's on his way towards the War X, but it's a bit too late. Yeah, at that point, like, there's nothing you can do. Look at the gold lead. Oh, good numbers from Kyrie with the gold. 9999. Wait, 9999, 8899, 6899. That's pretty cool, no? Right?
Coincidence? I don't think so.
That was
Illuminati.
calculated, yeah.
Illuminati.
They made sure they farmed just the right amount to get that synergy, man. It's the trio mid as well, dude. Like, really?
Yeah.
Really? Dang. That's crazy.
Kind of crazy.
Shout out to Mlbb as well. I feel like he was, you know, he displayed a great Lapu Lapu game here. Like, went through the laning phase, no problem. Engaged on multiple members on the right timings as well, and only was taken down once throughout the game. He was one of the silent MVPs as well here for this game, and yeah, Mlbb just showing consistency day in and day out.
I mean, Mlbb has always been a great performer, especially on these aggressive heroes. Like, the killer instinct is definitely there, man. Every time he popped the bravest fighter, he had a goal, and he was able to consistently find it. I'm curious to see, like, I'm trying to find out if there's any better alternative than the Valier, though, right? A disengaged roam hero they can have a better time here.
It's just so conventional. There's a lot of heroes available for me, like the Gatot Kacha, the Hylos, even Badang kind of works here for a way to punish the frontliners, you know? There's a lot of CCs that you need against Freya, and it provides a lot of it. Or at least if you want to play Valier, just go for the mid lane Valier, just like Moreno. Yes, the impact's not going to be as good in terms of like how much you're hitting the frontliners, but at the same time, you got to consider your safety as well. A lot of things to consider when you're picking the Valier, man. You gotta own the bushes first before you the opponent own the bush, because you are super squishy. And in a way, like the way Leone builds this Valier, it's so glass cannon, right? Top boots towards the glowing one and also the Ice Queen one. No brute force like prioritized, and I get it. You gotta be as useful as possible, but at the same time, you cannot withstand all of this onslaught from the Onyx.
Well, he's not supposed to be the tank, though. Like,
Yeah, but like,
they wanted to abuse the fact that they had the Fredrin, right? They played with the Fredrin as a frontliner, and then they can use the Valier as a